Do you recognize yourself in any of those practices? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I'm going to show you the key way to actually practice to really see the improvement that you're after and to quit wasting time and getting frustrated, especially out on the golf course. Alex Fortey here, and this is The Art of Simple Golf. Now, before we begin, I need to be honest. I, for one, am probably in the raker sort of category. I don't have that much time to play and practice, and when I do, it's like I just sort of want to hit as many balls in 15 minutes as I can. But it doesn't really help me. I think it helps me because it's like, oh, I'm hitting as many shots and it's blowing off some cobwebs or whatever. But the difference of hitting, two shots like this, okay, yeah, it doesn't mean I'm not thinking about anything, but just the quick succession of shots, okay, doesn't lead to accurate relative swings that matter out on the golf course. But here's the thing, there's not just one way to practice, there's a couple of different ways, and you've got to try and blend the two. There's block practice, and then there's sort of random practice. Random practice is to bridge the gap between actual playing, pressure circumstances, and the block practice is where you're sort of working on the swing. But I want to try and make sure we refine the block practice aspect to make sure you really do get better. And the way we're going to do that is very simple. Tell me, what kind of practicer are you? I get asked all the time how to practice better. What do I need to do to improve my golf swing? You need to really use the time wisely. Doesn't mean it has to be like professional level. You just have to have a couple of very specific sort of principles that you follow, and you will see significant improvement. So first of all, we're going to cover the sort of block practice. I mentioned the overthinker, where they're really thinking about swing positions, and that's fine because that's what practice is for. Not necessarily about positions, but to work on your swing a little bit. But here's the thing, if you only work on drill after drill after drill, okay, and it's like, let's say my swing at the moment, right? I have a bit of a tendency to, if you come around here, I'll show you better. If you have a bit of a tendency to dip at the ball, kind of get them a little bit heavy, all right? That sort of happens to me. I end up sort of dipping the right side down a little bit and kind of hit the shot out the toe, kind of lift up a little bit. That's my tendency. So when I practice right now, I want that to, be a conscious thought. So my feel is to make sure my shoulders are kind of a little bit more square and I'm hitting it a bit more that way. Okay, so I can hit a shot with that swing feel, right? I can hit a shot with that swing feel, sort of to compress the ball a little bit there. Fine. But if I only try and repeat it several times over, okay? If I just try and repeat it several times over, the same kind of feel, what happens is, by the time I get out on the golf course, in a completely different scenario, a completely different club, I cannot try and overemphasize that feel. I don't really want to be sort of doing this move on the golf course. That's just for the practice range. So how do I practice to kind of merge those two together? All right, so what we're going to do is take 5 balls, right? The way this is going to go, the first 3 are you're going to work on that drill, that feel that you're trying to sort of dial in right now. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to be relatively target specific, but it is really just focusing on that feel, on that movement to over enhance it. Okay, that's the first 3. The 4th ball is where we're kind of bridging the two, where it's you're going to do a practice swing with the drill, but then we're going to be a bit more target specific and not think about it so much during the swing. The next one is going to be just about the target, okay? Just the shot you want to hit. Don't really think about the swing feel. Don't try and over enhance it, nothing like that. This is just to replicate a shot on the golf course. I'm going to show you how. So the first one is I'm working on the drill. I'm working on that shift. I'm getting that shoulder sort of square and releasing through, okay? So I'm going to do that. Nothing, I don't really care where the ball goes. I'm just trying to enhance that feel. Okay, just trying to enhance that feel. Not bad, not bad. Now I'm going to do it again. A couple of rehearsals there. There's the drill. And all I'm thinking about and feeling is that sensation through the ball. A little bit heavy, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to try one more. This is just drill specific. Now, because I feel like I'm kind of a bit too steep into it, I need to allow a bit more release that way, so I'm clearing out the way. So this, again, is very much swing sort of feel. I don't actually care where the ball goes. All right, got around a little bit more there. Fine. Now the next one, I'm going to pick a target. I'm still going to just stick with the alignment. Rod on the floor is my sort of aim, but I'm going to couple of practice swings with the same feel, right? And I'm still thinking about the move, but not completely. I'm not sort of drilling here. I'm just very conscious of it. So I'm conscious of it to get that sensation. Okay, not bad. Now, the final one, you can change clubs if you want, or you can keep the same. But I would suggest you pick a different target at very least. Even if it's just 10 yards to the right, 20 yards to the right. Pick a different target. Have your practice swings, but more not about the swing feel that we're doing, okay? This is more about visualization and like what kind of feel do I want to finish with, all right? So I want to make sure that I get through the ball to have a balanced finish. That's what I'm trying to do here, presuming that the shots prior have kind of ingrained that swing feel that I'm trying to sort of work on, that drill, if you will. So I pick my target out there. Not bad, okay? A bit more like real life. So there are the 5 ball kind of unit that you want to do, and you repeat that again and again when you're working on something specific in your swing. It's giving you an objective, but it's swing based. That's the sort of block practice that I want you to be doing, but it's not complete block practice where you just rake, drill, whatever. We need to bridge the gap just a little bit with those final 2 balls of the 5, and you repeat and you repeat and you repeat. Make sense? Let's find out about how to do the random practice to really apply a bit of pressure and, you know, make it easier out on the golf course where it counts. All right, so we're talking about random practice now. There's a couple of very easy ways to do it. You know, if you're on a practice range that has mats, I would really try and steer away from, in this kind of practice anyway, to not stand square to the mat. Let's say the mat was sort of down there. I don't want you to stand square to it. I want you to like just be a little bit left, a little bit right, just because when we're out on the golf course, we don't have anything to sort of compare to. So again, we want it to be more realistic, all right? That's the goal. But when you do this kind of practice, you have to be very punishing on yourself. Even if you're a crap golfer, you need to sort of be very tough on yourself about what you're trying to accomplish. So one of the easiest ways to do random practice, maybe your driving range or your practice area doesn't allow it, but play the first 4 or 5 holes of a golf course you know very well, or at least as close to it as you can. Maybe it's a driver off the first tee, maybe it's an iron, whatever it might be. Whether it's the first holes or, you know, that's perfect to do actually before you're playing around. But if you're just having a practice, what you can do is, instead of just working your way through the bag, which, you know, pretty much everyone does from sand iron to driver, let's try a little bit different. Pick a sort of range of clubs, whether it's your wedges, whether it's your mid irons, whether it's your long irons, whether it's your woods, and try at least hitting 20 odd shots with those at very specific targets. Okay, that's one way to randomize it, but still stay focused on a type of practice. Now, that's very much like block slash you know, random. It's kind of like a hybrid where you're still using the same kind of club ranges, but you're choosing different targets. Okay, there is that option. But the other one is just choosing random different clubs, random targets. Okay, and you can have swing thoughts if you want. That's fine, but I don't really want you to be drilling in this scenario. I want you to take your time and actually do a sort of pre-shot routine, because this is your only one try. You know, there's no mulligans in life, as they say, or in golf. I mean, there is for fun, but we need to try and apply some pressure here, however that is. Like, you might say, well, if I fat this shot, I'm going to not have a drink tonight or something, but I'm actually meaning more, just be more diligent in the shot you're trying to hit, in the target you're trying to hit, and give yourself one try, one chance, one try to hit that perfect shot. So, you know, let's say I've got 185 yards to that flag here. That's like that's a normal 7 iron, that's fine. Okay, wind going. I'm going to throw the ball up, the grass up to see which way the ball's going to go. I want to try and hit a low cut into here. All right. Okay. That hit the target. That wasn't bad. Now, it was a bit disappointing, and it would be very easy for me to say, okay, I can get that right now. I can get that right. I can hit another shot, and I'll probably hit that better, right? And that's the thing. If I did that, I'm almost sort of lying to myself, because if I hit the second one or the third one well, I'm like, yeah, I'm hitting it great. But then I'm like, out on the golf course, it's like, oh, I can't take it from the range to the course, because you're remembering the good shots. Okay, because you're giving yourself multiple chances. You've got to be tougher on yourself. And that's where you say, okay, no, I'm just going to take a different club. I'm going to take a different club. I'm going to hit I've got a 4 iron here. I'm going to hit it off the tee as if it's a long par 3 or a par 4 or something, and I'll pick my target. So I want to try and hit a nice high shot here, okay? And trying to hit a nice high draw. That's the shot I want to hit. Got my intermediate point. I'm actually going to throw that away. There's my target. Intermediate point here. And you know, I'm not going to fix my swing out on the course, but this is just target orientated. Not bad. I pulled it a little bit. I'm a bit stiff, like my lower body is not moving as better. But again, I'm like, man, I know I can hit it better than that, and I could easily just grab one and hit it. Don't hit a wedge or something like that. Change it up. And it might seem obvious, but it's actually a lot harder to do than you think. So I'm just going to hit a little wedge now. Okay, I didn't take my time because I don't want to bore you, but there we go. Pleasant, nice. And you can go to driver and so on, all right? Mix it up, but be tough on yourself. And that's how you're going to really get the most out of the random type of practice, but you have to be the judge. You have to be your own coach in this. That's it. So there we have it. If you have any questions about what's the best way for you to practice, let me know below. And if you haven't already, like and click that subscribe button. And there's a free series for every facet of your game, whether it's driving, irons, swing, short game. We can help you if you just follow that link below. I'll see you next time.